Hello everyone, myself Ami Mehta and here we discuss what is the user defined function in C language. So first of all basically we see what is actually function and in that what is actually user defined function. So function is a very important part in the C programming. Okay, so let us discuss it. So a function is a block of code that performs a specific task. So a function is nothing but it is a statement, or we can say that a block of statement, block of code, which is actually written for completion of particular task. So the function which are created by programmer are called user defined function. Okay, so there are built-in functions also available, and the function which are created by programmer are called user defined function. The function which are inbuilt in compiler are known as the system function. So the function which are implemented in header libraries are known as library function. So the function which are created by user or programmer are called user defined function. The function which are built in compiler are known as the system function, and the system which are implemented in header libraries is known as library function. So total three types of function actually: user defined, system function and library function. Now this user defined function has a unique name and it is reusable. So what is the meaning of reusable? Which means that it can be called from any part of a program and also a multiple times. Okay, so the parameter or argument passing to a function is optional. So what is the parameter, what is argument passing? Let us discuss it one by one. Plus it is optional to return a value to the calling program. So the function which is not returning value from function, their return type is void. So generally in C programming we declare main function. So if whole program does not return any value, then we type void main. But if it returns something, then we write that integer main. Okay. So that's why the function which is not returning value from function, their return type is void. Okay. So now basically this is a small definition of function prototype. What is a function prototype? So the function prototype is simply the declaration of a function that specifies function's name, parameters and return type. So it does not contain function body, but it is just one statement that indicate the name of the function, the parameter which is used in the function and its return type. Okay, so a function prototype gives information to the compiler that the function may later be used in the program. So it gives the we can say that prior information, okay, to the compiler that the function may later be used in the program. Okay, so while using function, three things are important. So basically, we see that what is function prototype and how we use that function. Now, if you are using function, then these three things are important. So which are the first one is function declaration. So like variable, all the functions must be declared before they are used. Okay, so like we declare integer a, so variable a, so that or we declare integer array of size 20. So likewise we have to declare function also. The function declaration is also known as function prototype or function signature. So the function prototype is nothing but the declaration of function and also known as function signature. So total four parts are there, which are function type, return type, function name, parameter list and the semicolon. So let us see the syntax. So the first we have to write return type of the function, whether it is a void or a return nothing, whether it is an integer for returning integer value. So that return type specify here. Then after function name, then after argument, how many argument, that 1 2 3 up to uh, how many argument you want to use, and then after semicolon. So this is the syntax of use a function declaration. Okay. Now the example, let us see that integer sum in bracket integer integer. So in this example, function return type is integer, name of function is sum, and two parameters are passed to function and both are integer. Okay, so this is how we can declare our function. Okay, now the second part is function definition. So function definition is also called function implementation. So it has mainly two parts: the actual, the body of the function. Okay, so it has mainly two parts, that is function header. So function header is the same as function declaration, but with argument name. And the second part is function body. So it is the actual logic or coding of the function. So actually block of code, block of statement is written in the function definition. So do not confuse in function declaration and function definition. In function declaration, it simply states that this function may be used in letter and the uh, return type of that function and the argument. But in function definition, actual the content or the coding or the block of code is written in the function definition. Now the third part is function call. So function is invoked from main function or other function that is known as function call. Okay, so function can be called by simply using a function name followed by a list of actual arguments enclosed in parentheses. So we declare the function, we write the definition of the function, but whenever we want to use the function, we have to call the function, and this call is now from the main function, okay, or the other function. So that is known as function call. And how can we done that? That can be done by simply using a function name followed by a list of actual argument enclosed in parentheses. Okay. So the syntax of user defined function general structure. So the return type, function name, arguments, and then after. So here what we do, uh, declaration and definition both are given at the same time. Okay, so this both thing given at the same time, the definition and the declaration part. So the statement 1 2 and 3. Okay, so now let us see the example of the how we can use a function, user defined function in our C language. Okay, so let us see the program. Now what we do in this example, that first we include our header file. And now first thing, we declare our function. Okay, so before void main also we can declare our function. So the return type of the function is integer, then after the name of the function, which is sum, and the two arguments integer and integer. Okay, now we declare our main function, void main. Then after we declare our variable. So basically in this program or in this example, what we are doing, we are just doing a function or create a function that calculate the addition of two number and given the sum of that. Okay, so now we declare three variables a, b and answer. Now we uh, get the value of that from user. So scanf and store particular value in a and b. Okay, now we so this is here we write in comment section that this is a function declaration, and now we are doing function calling. So here we write answer is equal to sum of a comma b. Now this is nothing but the function calling. Okay, and now we print the answer. So this is our main function is over. Now we define definition of function. So integer. So there is recently we saw that there is a two part. First is the header. So header is the nothing but the declaration of function but with name of the argument. So here we take integer x comma integer y and define. So what we do when define one variable and result is equal to x plus y and return result. So what this function is actually doing, when you declare here function declaration, actually compiler know that this is a one function which may later be defined. Now here function calling is there. So the directly the control of the program is go to the function definition. So this a value of a will be stored in value of x and value of b will be stored in value of y. Now we declare one variable result and write that result equal to x plus y and return result. So it is directly returned from here. Sum is sum comma a sum in bracket a comma b. So it return value to function calling, and now it is a value is stored in answer, and then after we are printing answer. So this is how actually the function is worked. Okay, so here it is a function definition. Okay, so first you declare function, then after whenever you call the function, the control transfer to definition of function. After completion of function, it returns the value to the where function call is done, and from that it continue up to end of the program. Okay, so now let us compile. So okay, now we compile our program and now run the program. So first of all we have to enter the value of a and b. So 3 and 5. So answer is 8. Okay. So if we write here first enter value of A and B. So it is easier. So enter value of A and B. So we enter 5 and 7. So answer is 12. So this is how we can declare our function, then we define it, and how we call the function. Okay, thank you.